The last couple of years, or even better, the last 5 years, have been very, very difficult for Juventus. I think when Cristiano Ronaldo arrived, that was supposed to change Juventus forever. The problem is that people, especially from Juventus, thought that Ronaldo was going to change in positive Juventus forever. But COVID had a huge impact, and the consequences were awful because nobody could see Ronaldo playing for Juventus for a year and a half, and he only spent 3 years at Juventus. So obviously, the impact on Juventus economies were atrocious, and I think that what happened after that with many players, overpaid players, and who did not perform amazingly well, that obviously changed the way we see Juventus today. Because until 5 years ago, we had the team who went up to play the finals of Champions League, and I think that for one of them it was robbed against Barcelona. We won 9 scudettos in a row, and we were able to buy amazing players. Like we bought Pirlo, we bought Carlitos Tevez, Dybala, Morata, many good players. Pogba, like we didn't pay anything for Pogba, and then we sold him for 90 millions back to Manchester United. The fact is that Juventus started to buy players that did not perform well. A couple of years ago, the midfield of Juventus was Aaron Ramsey, Adrian Rabiot, and Arthur Melo, and all of them failed Juventus. Maybe Rabiot was the only one who, in his last couple of seasons with Massimiliano Allegri, performed a bit better than usual. But actually, the other two were awful. In fact, we still have Arthur Melo, and we struggle to sell him every year. We give him on loan. He played for Liverpool, for Fiorentina, for Granada, for many teams, and I don't know where he's going to play this year. The main factor at the moment is that Juventus has no liquidity; they have no money, and in order to be able to buy players, they need to sell their players. And that's the other problem. Every single player Juventus is trying to sell underperformed in the last couple of years. Vlahovic has an incredibly expensive contract. He earns something like 12 million euros every year. And it's true that there's only 1 year left, but at the moment, Juventus is really trying to sell him with no luck at the moment because nobody seems to be able to buy Vlahovic. He has said no to many teams, especially in Arabia, especially in Turkey. Fenerbahce wanted Vlahovic, but he refused. So, unfortunately, despite Juventus is trying to sell him, no team really wants it. The other one is Douglas Lewis. Apparently, there's more interests in Douglas Lewis because there are a couple of Premier League teams like Everton and most importantly Nottingham Forest that have requested information about him. But again, Juventus bought him for 20 million last year plus Barrenechea and the other one. What's the name of the other one? Barrenechea and Ealing Jr. to Aston Villa, and apparently everyone underperformed. Probably Barrenechea was the best one, but he was sold this year to by Aston Villa. And the other one again is Nico Gonzalez. Nico Gonzalez was again purchased last year, was bought last year by Juventus. we spent 35 million or 38 millions that we paid to Fiorentina. He underperformed. He was injured for a long time. So again, unfortunately, there's not much Juventus can do. And we are trying to buy players now. We are not trying to buy, unfortunately, first-class players, but we are trying to buy players that could actually play in specific positions on the field. I'm thinking about defensive midfielder. I'm thinking about a right wing, because Juventus manager Igor Tudor wants to play with three defenders, then two wings that will probably be Cambiaso on the left, and on the right at the moment we have Joao Mario, a player that we bought from Porto, but we need a player who is actually able to play many games. Juventus are going to play at least 48 games this year, and obviously we need another one on the right. We probably need a defensive midfielder, as I was saying. Igor Tudor really likes those players like Hjulmand from Sporting, those very defensive players, and if they don't have that technique, it's still fine. The most important thing is that they are able to chase the opponents, to take the ball and give it to one of the two offensive midfielders, which in this case will be Kenan Yildiz for the left wing, the left side, and the other one, at the moment, we don't have many players. We have Conceição, obviously, and we have two young players like Adzic and Miretti. But even for Miretti, apparently, there's Napoli's interest, and he may leave Juventus by the end of the transfer market window. So this is why we need midfielders. There's a long discussion about O'Reilly in Italy. Is he a good player? Can he perform well for Juventus? There's so much about O'Reilly to say. So please follow this channel, follow next video, watch next video in order to find out about him, about Juventus, and about the transfer market that has been so far very boring. If you know Fabrizio Romano, he never talks about Juventus because there's nothing to say at all. Have a lovely day, and please like the video, comment anything you like. I really would like to create a community around Juventus, and I would like to do it in English and in Italian as well.